Botox was only meant for Bollywood. B for Bollywood and B for Botox. Normal people were not going for fillers. It was not heard of. Like very few people used to go to doctors and think about fillers.
My aunt was using, my grandmother was
In
using.
fact,
Everybody wanted to be fair.
And it was part of our formulation since we started, but we never
started.
highlighted it.
We never talked about niacinamide.
You should take inspiration from influencers.
Somebody has said, oh, I did this carbon dioxide laser and it has changed my life. Excuse me. It's not that easy.
But I think if you have a serious skin concern, you should meet a dermat.
So a Korean can probably achieve glass skin, but we cannot. Especially people who have oily skin. They feel, we don't need to moisturize and hydrate.
Like you shave, you shower, you exercise, you eat, of course. So a bit of a skincare regimen can be part of your daily.
So, acne also, people would come up and then they would see so many females and run away.
How much do you think one should take care of dry skin? Or actually a very dry skin leads to eczema or psoriasis, or you're born with it?
At one time it was only vitamin C is one. So it will come, it'll ebb. It'll come, it'll ebb.
Hi, I'm Shaily Mehrotra, CEO and co-founder of Fixderma. Fixderma is all about skin health. Today we'll be discussing about skincare and skin health with Dr. Jaishree Sharad. She's a renowned dermat in Mumbai, in India, as well as an international sector. She has authored this book, a very interesting book. We all should buy it who is interested in skincare. And the most interesting part is she's on the speed dial of the A-listers of Bollywood. So Dr. Jaishree, how do you think the skincare industry has evolved, and how it has changed in last 14, 15 years since you started the practice?
Oh, I started practice 25 years ago.
It doesn't look like it.
Thank you. But from there to now, there is like a huge change. People are more aware, number one. The skincare industry is flooded now. It's booming, right? You have so many pharmaceutical and cosmeceutical brands all over. I think lockdown was that change. It brought about that entire revolution where I think there were a lot of influencers, beauty bloggers, even us dermatologists. We got a lot more free, and everybody started talking about skincare products.
Yes.
And how important it is for you to take care of your skin.
Right.
And that's where I think the big change happened, the big leap. Before that, it was, I think, I could definitely say I've been seeing a change since 2012, 2013.
Right.
Because, I have specialized in aesthetics after my post-graduation in dermatology. But back then, even though I was, I had done my fellowship in Botox, fillers, lasers and all of that from the US, I came back and I hardly had patients who were opting for these kind of things.
Yes.
Sunscreen, nobody was using,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Nobody heard
Agree.
of sunscreen.
Agree.
Moisturizing was like, only if my skin feels dry, I moisturize.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Face wash, though, nobody had heard. People were using soaps. So, and people came to us more for psoriasis, eczemas, skin ailments per se.
Right.
That you should take care of your skin was not a thing.
No, totally agree.
Especially women. Men, though, impossible. Men will, even today, it's difficult. But women thought taking care of the family was more important than taking care of the skin.
Yeah.
And then slowly the change happened, the drift happened, and then lockdown changed. Boom, everything changed. Suddenly you saw that people became more aware. And I think then the pharmaceutical and cosmeceutical and cosmetic industries realized the need to probably manufacture more products.
Correct.
For the Indian skin type. You had a lot of, suddenly you had Indian companies, Indian brands. And of course, then they also started promoting it, on Instagram, on all social media.
Yeah.
Either directly or with the help of skin influencers or beauty bloggers or dermatologists. So the whole thing came in as a package.
Yes, yes.
You know?
So we also started in 2010, the brand Fixerma, and primarily we were selling through dermats. We were reaching out to dermats and they were prescribing the brand. So that's how it all started. But if I go back from 2010 to 2024, sea change.
Of course.
Sea change. Like, Botox was only meant for Bollywood. B for Bollywood and B for Botox. Normal people were not going for fillers. It was not heard of. Like very few people used to go to doctors and think about fillers. So I have seen a crazy change.
Yeah.
But do you think this, how positive you are about the influencers who act like dermats or dermats who are even, dentists and homeopaths and everyone is acting like a dermat right now?
See, with due respect to all of them, they're all doing very well. But, um, 5.5 years of MBBS.
Yes.
And then 3 years of post-graduation in
Yes.
dermatology.
Yes.
And then probably a year of fellowship.
Right.
And then a constant upgrading and constant study.
Learning,
there
constant
is
learning, yes.
It never ends.
Yes, attending
right?
the congress and conferences.
Everything,
yeah.
workshops, conferences.
Yes.
Not just that, there are journal articles which are being published
Absolutely.
every day. There are newer molecules, okay? So you can't compare our knowledge and learning to somebody who has just read something on the internet or has watched X number of things on Instagram or suddenly read something
Right.
somewhere and has
Right.
become an influencer. You know?
Right, right.
So now I'll give you an example. Everybody talks about retinol. Retinoids were discovered in 1947.
Absolutely.
Okay. Tretinoin, which is the most potent
Yes.
retinoid available, has been on the pen of a dermatologist since 1960s, 50s.
Yeah, always in the pharmacies. Yes.
Right? Niacinamide, one of the
I was
biggest,
coming to it.
yeah,
Niacinamide.
one of the biggest companies which promoted niacinamide
Yes.
did not talk of it. Nobody knew of it.
Nobody knew
My
of it.
mom was using the brand. My aunt was using. My grandmother was
in
using.
fact,
Everybody wanted to be
yes.
fair.
And it was part of our formulation since we started, but we never highlighted it.
We never talked about
Yeah.
niacinamide. We never talked about vitamin C.
Yes.
If you see my Instagram reel just yesterday, why did I took a sabbatical from Instagram for 2 months. I've not done anything since 1st of August. But yesterday I was forced to. Day before yesterday, I was at the airport in Hong Kong and I have made this reel on, on this particular thing, which my DM was flooded. Everybody was sending me this reel about a phenol peel. All right. Now, the phenol was discovered in 1834.
Good Lord.
All right. And then it was used as a phenol peel since the 1960s. It's being used.
Right.
All right. And the International Peeling Society, I'm a member of that. We have a lot of workshops. We have a lot of, seminars and all of that where they teach you how to do the phenol peel. It's not easy.
Right.
So it's all been there since so many decades.
Right.
Suddenly, because one very good dermatologist, he's a friend of mine, has posted about or commented about how a phenol peel has changed an old mature skin to a young looking skin,
Really?
which is possible, but it's not possible in our skin type.
Yes.
You cannot do a phenol peel in skin types 3, 4, 5, 6 Fitzpatrick. That means shades of brown.
Right.
Okay, because you have to apply that much phenol toxicity. Second, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation.
Yes.
Third, infection, burns. Fourth, scarring. These are so common if you do it in an Indian skin. You can never do a phenol peel is a deep peel.
Right.
But everybody wants to suddenly do it.
And then you have reactions and
where is the science?
Yes.
So somebody has said, oh, I did this carbon dioxide laser and it has changed my life. Excuse me, it's not that easy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we're talking of things here, but even products. You don't know how your skin is. A retinol for you may be very good, but for somebody else,
it can irritate
every
your
skin
skin.
is
Yeah,
unique, and for somebody else it can irritate your skin. You're talking about hydroquinone. In India, it's over the counter, it's available, people will use it, they will see that their melasma is reducing, they will continue to use it, they will get hyperpigmentation rebound, which is known as euchronosis.
And then it's
You know?
irreversible.
It's so difficult, it's
very
irreversible.
difficult.
So you can't just blindly say, oh, this, this product, use it and it's good. So it's a little tricky, the situation. I would always say, not because I'm a dermatologist, but if I was not a dermatologist also, I would first consult with a dermatologist who has the knowledge.
Yes.
To at least start off.
Right.
And then, make my way and figure it out. Right. But at least start off with a dermatologist.
So the cue is that you should take inspiration from influencers. No problem. Watch as much as reels and stories on the gram. But I think if you have a serious skin concern, you should meet a dermat before you do your own checkups and, getting advices online.
Completely agree with you on that. Please, you should, gaining knowledge is a great thing. So follow the influencers, follow the other non-dermat aesthetic, whatever, aestheticians or whatever they are. Follow them, but read about those ingredients that they're talking about, but don't blindly use them.
Yeah.
Also, you need not use so many things.
The layering. So coming back to one more very important question, which is like all over social media. Do you think we have a glass skin genetically? Aren't we different? Our genetics are different from Koreans or let's say Southeast Asians. So is it achievable or it's just a myth?
I think it's a big myth, right? There is nothing called glass skin or perfect skin when it comes to Indian skin.
We have a porous skin.
Our skin is very different. We are more thick-skinned. Our shades of brown are different.
Correct.
We do have more pores.
More pores.
And we're closer to the equator.
Yes.
And so our skin type is completely different.
Yes.
Southeast Asian skin cannot be compared
to us,
to Indian skin.
Yes.
Indian skin is an entity. Yeah, you can say somebody from Pakistan or Bangladesh,
we are quite similar.
We're quite similar.
Yes.
But not Southeast Asian. So definitely not Korean skin.
Yeah.
So a Korean can probably achieve glass skin, but we cannot. Right? Having said that, our skin is unique. It's great.
Absolutely.
We don't age soon.
Yes.
We don't wrinkle fast.
Yes.
We don't get skin cancers.
I completely agree with that. Yes.
We don't get skin cancers.
If you see Australia and America, they have skin cancer is so common there.
Yeah. Everywhere in the US, when I was studying, we would see like 20-30 skin cancers a day. Squamous cell, basal cell, carcinomas, melanomas was so common. Here, in my entire span of 25 years, I must have seen three or four.
Imagine.
I see 60-70 patients in a day. So you can imagine 25 years, 60-70 patients and three or four skin cancers. Right? So we are blessed with good skin. But I don't think, blemish-free, clear skin,
healthy skin,
radiant skin, all that is achievable.
Yeah.
But I don't think there is something called glass skin.
Yes. I totally agree with that because I think embrace the skin type you have and just keep it healthy. Just keep it acne-free, blemish-free if you can. And I think aging is also something which you can't hide for a very long time. You can do a better job with it. But I think we all should accept it and be happy about it. Age gracefully, I believe, right?
I will say, yes, age gracefully, but also age youthfully.
Yes.
So you have the means now.
Yes, of course.
Right? And if you have the means and you start early, when I say start early, I don't mean do Botox at 20. I mean start skincare early.
Absolutely. Right.
Start your cleansing, moisturizing, sunscreen in your teens. Learn that skincare is holistic.
Absolutely.
Just applying things on your face
Won't
is
help.
not going to help.
It's a
You have
360
to
degree.
eat healthy.
Yeah. Yes.
You have to make sure you're not smoking or indulging in too much alcohol. You have to make sure your sleep cycle is regular.
Correct. Yes.
You have to make sure you exercise maybe 3 days in a week at least.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying become a saint and don't have, have only sat.
Everything in
Okay, indulge,
moderation.
but do it in moderation.
Moderation,
But
yeah.
as far as possible, avoid smoking and sugar.
Yes.
Two things which can kill you.
Yes.
As
yes.
it is, the pollution is killing us.
Yes, of course. Of
Right?
course.
So do all of that and never compromise when it comes to moisturizing and using a sunscreen.
Yes. So how much, what do you think about hydration? Do you think all of us keep our skin hydrated, face or body? And how much percentage of males are involved into it if we compare with females? Or you think males have good skin, they don't need hydration? Because we are still, quite far behind in terms of male skincare. They are...
So we're talking of two things.
Yeah.
I'll address both of them one at a time. One is that when you spoke of hydration,
Yeah.
I don't understand why people think they do not, especially people who have oily skin, they feel, we don't need to moisturize and hydrate. Hydration, see, water is the fundamental of your basic skin structure and physiology.
70% of our body, actually.
70% of our body is water. And if you want your skin to be supple, and if you want that elasticity, if you want that glow, you need water.
Yes.
So hydration is very important.
Yes.
Okay. Then moisturizing is another part, and it is equally important. Right? Why? Because you know how our upper layers of the skin, our skin has many layers.
Right.
Now the upper layers, the stratum corneum, okay, there are corneocytes, they're cells. Imagine them to be bricks. Okay. Now these bricks are sheets of bricks, layers of bricks, and they are held together with lipids, with cholesterol, with fatty acids, ceramides, which are basically lipids. These are the mortar. So there is a brick and mortar system.
Right.
There are no blood vessels there. So the water, and there's no water seeping in from the deeper parts of the skin to the surface. Where is this surface getting its water from? From outside. So if your environment doesn't have enough water, where are you going to
Then you need
get
hydration,
it, right?
yeah, topical
Number one.
hydration.
If your barrier is compromised and you do not moisturize your skin, that layer is going to be dead.
Correct.
So you need a moisturizer, whether you have oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, sensitive skin, whatever skin,
Any type of
pigmented skin, acne prone skin, you will still need a moisturizer.
Right.
Because that moisturizer will trap. So suppose you have water on the surface layer and you apply a moisturizer, it will trap it and lock it.
Right.
So even if you have oily skin, moisture and oil are two different things.
Right.
So you need a moisturizer. Otherwise, your skin.
I have seen people with oily skin, they don't apply any moisturizer. They think it's already quite oily, so I don't need a moisturizer.
So that's what I'm saying, that it's such a big myth.
Yeah.
Two big myths. One, I drink like 5 liters of water, so I don't need a moisturizer. Second, I have very oily skin, I don't need a moisturizer. I have acne prone skin, I don't need a moisturizer.
Yes.
No. Or I'm sweating a lot all the time, so my moisturizer is anyway, running out. So it's running off, washing off. I don't need it.
Right.
I think all of these are big myths. And even if you have oily skin or acne prone skin, you can use a water-based or a gel-based moisturizer, but your skin needs a moisturizer. The stratum corneum needs a moisturizer to keep the barrier layer intact, to protect your inner layers of the skin and body, to protect you from bacteria, fungi, pollutants, environmental toxins, soot, so many chemicals, weather,
yes.
All of that.
Yes. So how I explain them, like if you don't water a plant, the soil starts cracking up.
Yep.
for a very long time. The
Yep.
same thing happens to your skin. When you are not hydrating it, it starts cracking up.
Yep.
And then you have faster wrinkles
Yeah.
and more acne, more breakouts. People think that, I think face moisturizer is an extremely important part.
Absolutely. But I also feel that you have to moisturize your body as well.
Yes.
Because, the skin starts to dry as we age,
Yes.
right? And so the body loses its ability to fight all the aggressors, the external aggressors. And so you need something which will protect your skin. And a moisturizer is the best thing.
Yes.
So, and the neck, your hands, your feet, they will give away. You may do 10,000 treatments on your face, but if you do not moisturize your body, you'll develop wrinkles, you'll develop
Right.
eczemas,
I
you'll develop,
completely agree.
sensitivity and rashes and flaky skin and dry skin, and all of that will come. Hyperpigmentation, all of that will come. So I think moisturizing is very important. Now, I missed out on your second thing about men skincare.
yeah.
Now, men have skin too, right? And skin is the largest organ of the body,
Yes.
even for men. It's not just a beauty organ,
Yes.
right? It's endocrine. A lot of hormonal things happen.
Yes.
Okay. It's a temperature regulator,
Right.
right? It's producing vitamin D. It's protecting you from all the microorganisms and the external stresses that I just talked about. So it has various functions. So just like a man needs to take care of his inner organs like the heart or the lungs or whatever, also need to take care of the skin. In fact, it is the largest organ of the body. So
yeah.
men
should take
should
care of
take care of
Yeah,
this.
so we are also trying to do it through different mediums, trying to educate them. Like you shave, you shower, you exercise, you eat, of course. So a bit of a skincare regimen can be part of your
Basic.
daily.
So
Yeah.
when a male comes to my clinic, I have to tell you that when I started 25 years ago, my clinic, I used to see 100, 150 patients in a day. And line lagti thi, first floor pe thi, and the line would be going till the ground floor. They would be only females. There'd be 2 or 3 males who would come for psoriasis or something.
Or severe acne, cystic
very
acne.
severe. No,
maybe.
acne also, people would come up and then they would see so many females and run away. Okay. But the whole dynamics has shifted so well now, and I really love it now because
Happy
I
to
have
see more men.
50% of my clientele as men.
That's amazing,
you know.
actually.
And there are the younger ones who do ask for a proper 10 step skincare, and I tell them no, do 2-step. But there are also men of my age group, in 40s, 50s, who are now a little more receptive. But I do not give them 3-4 layers. I give them a moisturizer and sunscreen in the morning, face wash, moisturizer, sunscreen, one night cream which has a moisturizer in it. That's it. Then once they're more compliant and they start using all these products, then I may give them some little serum here and there.
Yeah.
But you have to start. I mean, you can't say I'm a man and I'm macho and, masculine and my skin. No. You will also start. Today's day and age, you have to look a particular way. You have to feel confident, and to feel confident, not for the people, just for your own self. You wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror. You should say, wow, I look good.
It's not about vanity. Skin health is important.
It's health. It's health. It just gives you that confidence.
So, Dr. Jaishree, I've noticed in the last 15 years, good for good as a company, because since we are a derma focused company, and good for you also, I've seen the people have taken a complete U-turn. So after COVID or during COVID, people were really into trendy skincare. A watermelon face wash or something, for glowing skin, and quite funny skincare came in, and people were really rushing towards it. Their bathroom and their vanity and everything was cluttered, and too many purchases happening. But now what I've seen, good for all of us, people have taken a U-turn. They're going back to dermat. They have damaged their skin. They spoiled it, and now they want to fix it again. So have you noticed this trend?
Oh yeah, completely. So from layering and over layering and over exfoliating and getting thoroughly confused and buying everything which every
Yeah.
influencer talked about, or whatever you saw everywhere or you read about, you thought your skin needed and you were using it. I had people who even now will come with their bag and they will take out AHA, BHA, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, alpha arbutin, tranexamic. The list is increasing. Tranexamic acid, glutathione, and they're using everything.
So how do you
Okay,
handle them
now-
when they do their
Yeah.
own
So they do all
self-medication?
that,
Yeah.
but they've either broken out into a rash or some infection, or very commonly acne. Right? Because when you're layering your skin with so many products, so many ingredients, and the pores are getting clogged, you will develop whiteheads, you will develop acne. Somewhere they will get infected and you'll develop those big pimples. So all of that. And when you use so many kinds of serums, not realizing that most of them are chemo exfoliators, you use AHA, you use BHA, you use retinol, you use vitamin C, you use all of them together, not knowing which one goes with which, which you shouldn't use with which, because you just read about it, you're seeing, and you think your skin needs everything. And then your skin barrier gets compromised.
Yes.
And then your skin gets more sensitive. And then you break out into rashes. Right?
So over exfoliation.
Over exfoliation ho gaya. So there was this whole wave where people used everything for the maybe 2020, 2021, 2022 and realized that, oh my God, health is breaking loose. And now they're again coming back to us saying, hey doc, we're using all of this. Mind you, they still want to use all of this.
Yeah. It's not completely settled.
It's not completely settled. But they're coming with, oh my God, this is happening. So then we sort of educate them and tell them that less is more. Please, every skin type is unique, right? And you do not need so many things.
Yes.
Apart from a moisturizer and sunscreen, which remains constant, the serums are add-ons.
Right.
It's good to use serums, but use 2 or max 3 or maybe 1 to 2, which is meant for your skin type, for the need of your skin, not you, and the climate.
Yes.
The environment.
Yes.
Are you sitting in the AC all day long? Is your skin cracking up? You need hyaluronic acid.
Absolutely.
Do you have hyperpigmentation? Probably you need vitamin C or tranexamic acid. Are you aging? You need retinol. Do you have acne? You need beta hydroxy acid. You don't need all of it. Khichdi nahi pakana hai.
So do you think, is there any trending ingredients, or there's nothing about, there's no trend? I mean, it all depends on skin type.
So the trends come and go.
Yes.
You know,
but the basics remain the same.
The basics remain the same. So at one time, everybody wanted retinoid, right? Retinol. Then everybody wanted hyaluronic acid, as if, it's the only thing there. There is no other moisturizer. If you don't apply hyaluronic acid, God knows what is going to happen. Your skin is going to break open. So, and then at one time, it was only vitamin C is one. So it will come, it'll ebb. It'll come, it'll ebb.
Right.
Depending on how people take to the trends and talk about those. Right. But ultimately, I've seen that people do read up and then they do make notes also. And then they do want to use everything. So if you tell them, so a lot of times when I tell them, like yesterday I had this lady and I had not put her on a retinol. Skin was fully, like, she had a lot of acne, adult acne, 42-year-old lady. And I said, and I gave her a prescription for acne and acne-prone skin. So the right kind of, salicylic acid-based face wash, a gel-based moisturizer, a mattifying sunscreen, and some medicated creams. And she said, Doc, but you haven't added retinol. I said, it has to go stepwise.
Yeah.
You can't just jump.
Yeah.
You have to make your skin a little more, it should be able to accept whatever you are applying on it.
Right.
So you go slow and steady and take the help of a dermatologist. And I told her, that's why I'm here. We will do retinol, but give it some time.
Yeah, you have to very humbly say, come to us, we are here to help you. Which is the most common skin type of Indians? Is there any common skin type? Like we have oily skin, combination skin, dry skin, or it's mixed all over India, or we have region-wise skin types?
I think it's more region-wise skin type, because but by and large, we tend to have a lot of acne. We tend to have oily skin.
Yes.
So I would say oily and mixed is
a combination
what we are.
Skin?
More common.
Yeah.
But having said that, it, you could have dry skin. You could have, if you're in the north, then chances
of dry
that
skin
because
are
of the
more.
climate, your skin is drying up more. If you are in a hot, humid climate, chances that your skin is getting, more combination, more sweaty. So it's I think, a mix of all.
Yeah. So how much do you think one should take care of dry skin? Or actually a very dry skin leads to eczema or psoriasis, or you're born with it? Like many people don't know about that.
No. Psoriasis is more or less a genetic condition.
Okay. So you are like by birth.
Yeah. You may develop it later on in life.
Because of hormonal changes or lifestyle?
No. It's genetic. But even if it's genetic, it's not that you're born with it. It's in your genes. For example, if your father has diabetes, you're not born with diabetes just because your father has diabetes. A given point of time, maybe at the age of 35, 40, you will develop diabetes because there's a higher possibility of developing diabetes because your father has diabetes. So that is what we mean by genetics. So if it is there in the family and the person has psoriasis, parents have psoriasis, or grandparents have psoriasis, or uncles have psoriasis, somebody has psoriasis.
Somebody even in a distant family?
Yes. As long as it's blood, there is a blood relation. There is a possibility that you have those genes in you, and at some point you will develop it.
Okay.
So when you talk of psoriasis, that's what it is. You can have eczemas which are genetic. So if it's there in the family, people have atopic dermatitis, people have asthma, asthma. That entire thing belongs to atopic dermatitis. So that could also be genetic. But you can also develop eczemas if you are allergic, to certain products, that you're applying, or as you said, overexfoliation, and you've really spoiled your skin barrier. You've not moisturized it adequately. You've used scrubs and loofahs and chemo exfoliants like AHAs, BHAs, retinol, all of that. So that again will spoil your skin barrier layer.
Right.
The diwar hoti hai, the building, that whole wall is spoiled, and you'll have invasion, and then you'll develop an eczema. So eczema can be genetic, or it can be external due to all these other factors. Dry skin, again, is something that you're born with most of the time. You're born with dry skin. But as you age, and
it gets even drier.
Yes, it gets drier. And as you age, oily skin
also
can
turns
turn
into
dry skin, especially in females where our estrogen is going down.
Yeah.
So it can get dry. Also, if you are in a very hot, humid climate, if you're in Mumbai and suddenly I say from here, I am going to Norway and I'm settling there, there's a high possibility that my skin will turn dry.
Right.
Because of the climate.
Right.
Or if I'm in the AC all day long. Or if I have room heaters all day long.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
Because the moisture is getting ripped from your skin. And the skin turns dry. And then we're not using moisturizers.
Yes. So being into skincare industry, and you also as a dermat, sometimes we notice people when they're sitting, men or women, they have very dry legs. Extremely dry legs. No, you're not. So we have to tell them that it can. So very dry legs, or if you can see dryness in your skin, can it lead to eczema?
Yes, why not? Of course it can. So if you have very dry skin and you don't moisturize, and you are letting your skin be, every time you wash, you take a bath, you're using soaps, you are again compromising the barrier, or you have external pollutants. Your skin is not getting adequate moisture from the environment. So constantly the skin is bearing the brunt of all of these, and that dryness will crack, As you just said, you're not watering the plant and the
Yes.
soil will crack.
Yes.
And then your skin gets sensitive and you will develop irritant or allergic contact dermatitis.
Right.
Which is, eczema is nothing but any of these dermatitis which will last you for a longer period of time or maybe lifelong.
Yes. 5 मिनट लगते हैं. आई थिंक सबको बताना पड़ता है. जब सिर्फ 5 मिनट लगेंगे.
बिल्कुल 5 मिनट लगते हैं.
Take a shower, give a soft wipe to yourself, take a moisturizer, just rub it all over your body. कितना टाइम लगेगा?
Always better to use a moisturizer on a slightly damp skin.
Yes.
Because then that moisturizer will trap the moisture, it will lock it, and then your skin remains hydrated for a longer period of time. Use a lighter moisturizer in the day, use a heavier moisturizer at night. I've seen a lot of people use oil. हम तो भाई तेल लगा रहे हैं. But great. I don't stop people from applying oil, but I tell them use a moisturizer first and then seal it with oil. If your skin is very dry.
That should be cold pressed oil, because the oil which is available in the market
is then you are full of chemicals. It's better to use cold pressed oil. And cold pressed oil also, there is an issue. I have to tell you this. If it is plasticized, you take out cold pressed oil, put it in a plastic container, and then the area where you've kept it, some go down or somewhere where it's really hot, you have those plastics which will enter. So where is it stored? It's a big thing. If you get into that discussion, we'll go somewhere else.
Yes.
But it's very important to understand where is your oil coming from. So if it is cold pressed and properly and not plasticized, kept in glass containers and all of that, great. But just using oil will not solve the purpose of a moisturizer.
So how to look for a good moisturizer then?
All right. So again, depending on your skin type, you will use a moisturizer. Now, if we talk about the face, if you have oily skin, use something which is gel-based or water-based. If you have dry skin, you have to use a heavier moisturizer. If you have sensitive skin, then you have to look for ingredients which will soothe the skin, like a panthenol or aloe vera or something of that sort. But by and large, if your moisturizer has ceramides in them, okay, now as I mentioned right in the beginning, that the upper layer is that, just imagine bricks and mortar in between, and ceramides are that mortar. They're lipids. Okay, oil.
The binding,
they bind it together. That's what it is, So if your moisturizer has ceramides, if your moisturizer has hyaluronic acid, right? Now, hyaluronic acid is a humectant. What is a humectant? A humectant is a substance which will absorb water from the environment, from the skin, and then swell. And hyaluronic acid has an amazing property. It holds 1,000 times its weight of water.
Yes.
So it will absorb. It's like a sponge. Yes. Absorb kiya, swell ho gaya. So it'll absorb and it'll plump the skin. And it'll hydrate the skin. Right? So if your moisturizer has ceramides, if it has hyaluronic acid, if you need something thicker like a shea butter or something, glycerin, then sometimes you need occlusives, petrolatum or something which will occlude and give you a good barrier.
Yes.
Then ingredients. Now these days moisturizers also have nicer ingredients, like panthenol, right? Vitamin B5.
We have that.
You have it?
Moisturizing.
Okay. So that basically is a soothing ingredient, is an anti-inflammatory. Very good for sensitive skin. Won't give you any kind of reaction, right? Then you have your microbiome, sparing probiotics which are added these days to a lot of moisturizers. They will help you a lot, because then your bad bacteria are, your good bacteria are fighting all your bad bacteria. Put it in very simple words. So your skin is devoid of the bad bacteria, or whenever there is an invasion with the bad bacteria or the bad microorganisms, your moisturizer has those probiotics. It's fighting against them. So if you have a moisturizer with all these ingredients, then, looking at the consistency, it should not be very greasy and sticky and, chip-chipa kind of thing that people won't use it if it is that. So then your moisturizer becomes ideal, and you can use it, 365 days.
How do you take care of your skin? You have an amazing skin.
Thank you. I think my parents are blessed with good skin, but 30% of your genes will help. 70% is what you make out of
Self-care?
it, right? Self-care.
Yeah.
So I make sure I use a very gentle cleanser in the morning, and then I use a moisturizer and I use a sunscreen. I don't think in 25 years of my life, at least the last 25 years, I have ever missed a sunscreen or a moisturizer. Sometimes I agree, I am in a rush and I forget these things. So what I do is everything is in the car. I have another kit in the car. So the moment I sit in the car, I have my moisturizer I'm applying on the face, and then my sunscreen, and then my big bottle of my jar of moisturizer for my legs and hands, and I'm nicely moisturizing myself. Not the right way all the time, because I do say that you have to apply it on a slightly skin, but I keep it because if I don't get the time on certain days, I definitely do it in the car. And for people who travel by whatever local vehicles, whatever transport system, carry a small moisturizer and a small little sunscreen in your bags or your tiffin boxes ke saath jo bag hota hai. For men, I'm saying women always have big bags and purses and tote
they
bags.
always carry lots
we
of
carry
skincare.
everything. We also have our lip balm, and we'll have our comb and everything. Or use a moisturizer which has a little sunscreen ingredient in it, or vice versa, a sunscreen which has a little moisturizer in it for men. Because they will not carry so many things. But I think that, anyway, coming back to my skincare, it is that basic in the morning. I have very sensitive skin. I have atopic dermatitis.
So, Dr. Jaishree, tell us about your night routine.
So again, my night routine, I will cleanse with, a makeup remover, of course, remove whatever makeup I have. Then I use a gentle cleanser. And then I use an under eye serum.
So do you double cleanse? It's again going. It's a very. It's in trend. Quite trend.
A lot of people love to double cleanse. Now, if you have oily skin or if you have acne prone skin, you can double cleanse. But if you have really dry skin like mine, I don't. Even removing makeup and then cleansing is double cleansing only.
Yes.
Right. So because you're using some kind of an ingredient to remove all that makeup. Unless you're using oil. I don't use oil. My skin is sensitive, but at the same time, if I use oil, I will break out. Right? So I have to use one of those makeup removers and then use a cleanser. And then I use an under eye serum, which has vitamin C and retinol in it. And then I use a retinoid on my face, and I top it with a moisturizer. And then I moisturize my entire body. So it's like a ritual. But it's not a 10-layer ritual. I'm not using this serum, that serum, this serum. No, nothing.
So कितना time लगता है? छोटा सा 10 मिनट?
5-10 मिनट. क्योंकि चेहरा धोया, रेटिनॉल लगा लिया, मॉइस्चराइज कर लिया फेस को और बॉडी को, बस हो गया.
Right. तो रेटिनॉल लगाते रहना चाहिए कि do you think we need to give a break?
No, so it depends. If your skin, like now I'm 50 plus, right? So obviously I need retinol. Somebody who's 25 will not need retinol every day. Unless the dermatologist has prescribed it for the acne.
Right.
We also give retinoids
to
a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old who has acne.
But then they have to also stop.
Yeah, they have to stop. They have to go as per the doctor's prescription. Now, if you are not consulting with a dermatologist and you're just using a retinol on your own, retinol is very mild. You get 2% retinol, you get retinaldehyde, you get all these esters. They're very mild. So always start with once in a week application. Then move on to twice in a week. Then 3 times in a week. So एक हफ्ते में या 2 हफ्ते में आप बढ़ाओगे. And then you can do every day. Right? Always try and use it at night. Because if you use it in the day, it's not going to make your skin thin or sensitive. But the product itself will get, denatured. It does not retinol in the day is not a great idea.
Yes,
most
yes,
of the time,
yes.
especially if you're
I
using
think it can
retinoids.
also give you pigmentation if you go step out in the sun, direct sunlight, and you have used retinol.
No, that's a
Not
myth.
really?
That's a myth. So, but always, yes, make sure you use a sunscreen in the day when you're using a retinoid at night, because it does cause exfoliation, right?
Yeah.
So, any exfoliant, even if you use an AHA or a BHA, you have to use a sunscreen.
Right.
The other thing about retinoid is that it can make your skin purge. What is purging? For the first 2 to 6 weeks, you may break out a little more.
Oh,
For
that's
people
scary.
who have acne prone skin, don't stop it. Continue with it. Your skin will gradually settle down and adapt. You know, that is the thing about retinol. Of course, you can't use it during pregnancy. So if you're planning to conceive, also don't use it.
Acha, do you get patients who think that dermats have a magic wand and now have come to a dermat? तो मेरा acne तो कल चला जाना चाहिए and I should be 10 years younger or fairer in no time. ऐसे लोग आते हैं?
बिल्कुल आते हैं. Of course they come. Of course they think that my acne should disappear.
हाँ.
But what is more challenging, okay, even if you tell them, listen, it can take 3 months. With any skin issue, the challenge is most of the people have this in mind that once treated, it should not come back. And I'm like, do you question an ENT doctor or a physician and say, एक बार malaria आ गया तो वापस नहीं आना चाहिए, या I've got viral, it should never come back, or I've got dengue, it should never come back, or I've got COVID, it should never. So why are you torturing your skin, right? You can always get back an eczema. You can always get back acne. You can always get back whatever allergy you've had, right? Because skin is also an organ of your body.
Yes.
So if you treat it for that particular time, you've treated the disorder. Okay? But that doesn't mean that it should not come back for life. So I had a patient who was like, but you have treated me for tinea. It went off completely. Why did it come back? Arey, fungal infection hai. You must be sweating. Your clothes may not be,
correct.
So you can get it back. So that's another challenge we face.
Yeah.
And then the third thing, which is my specialty, is aesthetic dermatology. Because I internationally train people and, teach on how to do fillers and Botox and lasers and thread lifts and all of that. So they feel that you just can stop the process of aging by doing whatever you're doing, and that's not possible.
Yeah. So we have
you
to
can delay the process.
Yes, it's a journey. It's not a destination.
It's always a journey till the end of time.
Yes.
And another thing which you really talked about now is the fairness part. It's a very sensitive issue. Everybody wants to become fair, whether you're from whatever class,
whichever part of India,
part of the country,
and however fair you are, you want to get even fairer.
You want to get fairer. But let me tell you, I just started off in the beginning by saying that we have melanin in our skin. We are all shades of brown, and that melanin is protecting you from UV rays.
It's actually good for us.
It's actually very good
brown
for us.
Skin is actually very healthy
it's
skin.
Very healthy.
Yeah.
So you must learn to embrace your skin color.
Yeah, and be happy about it.
And be happy about it.
Yeah.
Work towards getting a blemish-free, radiant,
I've
glowy,
been saying that all the time.
Acne-free skin. Maybe even toned skin also, maybe to a certain extent. But not fairness.
Yes. So I think I have been telling, so many people come to us also. They want to get fairer or clear skin, no acne within few days. So I have to tell them if you have put on weight, you are 70 or 80 kilograms and you want to become 55, 50, you have to give time. So just going to gym for 1 week won't make you thinner. So it's the same process. It's like a journey. So if you have to take care of your skin or make your skin healthy, you have to give your skin time, go through the process, be patient. I think patience is also not there right now.
You have to be patient, you have to be consistent, and you have to do it lifelong.
Yes.
Because if you stop, what is going to happen? You're stopping your skincare, but you're still exposed to a lot of pollution. Yes. You're still exposed to all the environmental aggressors and stressors for the skin. Your diet may not be healthy. Your sleep cycle may not be healthy. Stress. plays such an important role. It breaks down your collagen. The telomeres go for a toss. The DNA breaks down. So are you stopping all of that? Then you can say, oh, I don't need skincare. But that's not possible. And so skincare is for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So I think it's a journey, not a destination. If you are living, if you are breathing, you have to take care of your skin.
If you want to look good and confident about yourself.
Yes. And I think we all want to look good, right? So before wrapping up, a quick question. So you mentioned atopic dermatitis and urticaria. क्या होता है ये?
Okay. Urticaria is basically hives. You get those ant bite like red raised lesions.
अच्छा.
Pith कहते हैं उसे.
हाँ.
So you can get it as an allergy to something in the food, or you can get it due to dust mites or cotton mites, or something in the air, to pollen, to certain chemicals.
Rashes जैसे दिखता है.
Yeah, they look like as if ant ने मच्छर ने काट लिया, like a red swelling, but it comes like in clusters all over, and it stays for a few hours and then it goes away.
Oh.
Yeah. And then again it'll come back tomorrow. It'll have it has its own time and to come out and then surface on the skin.
I think people are happy to hear कि कुछ घंटों के लिए आता है.
हाँ, आता है, जाता है. They're hives, right? It's an allergy to something. The other thing I said was atopic. That is urticaria.
Okay, that's
hives,
urticaria.
Yeah, hives is a common man's term for
dermatitis. Yeah.
Atopic dermatitis is very, very... So if you have asthma in the family, you are genetically programmed where you may either get asthma again or you may get asthma of the skin. So asthma of the skin is atopic dermatitis. That means the skin is so sensitive that if I wear leather, I will get a rash. If I wear some metal, my belt here is giving me a rash in the umbilicals. If I've used a new cosmetic, I'm getting a rash on my face. So there's a constant struggle, and there's eczema, and there's, somewhere or the other, I have rashes, I have itchy skin, I have burning, so that is atopic dermatitis.
Oh. Okay.
And anything can trigger it. Because the skin is so sensitive. It's called atopic skin, and in very simple words, it's asthma of the skin. A lot of times, I have to tell you that when, especially kids who come with atopic dermatitis, if you try to calm the atopic dermatitis down, the asthma increases.
Oh.
Yeah, because there is a direct
correlation.
There is a correlation. It's a genetic thing. So it's sad. I get the most expensive products from all of you, different companies, most exotic looking things. I can't use it on myself. I give them away because my skin is so sensitive.
Right. So it was amazing talking to you, Dr. Jaishree. I think you gave loads of advices to our viewers. They must have taken great cues how to take care of their skin. And I think we all understood one thing, that skincare is a journey. It has to be lifelong. You are showering every day, you are brushing your teeth, you are eating good food. So why not take care of your skin? It takes only 5 to 10 minutes.
Absolutely. You said it so well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. I really enjoyed, and thank you for coming all the way.
It was great talking to you.
Thank
you so much.
Likewise. Thank you.